Heyo, everybody, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of The Edge. This is episode number 33. My name is Valise. I'm the one hosting this shindig. And what's up, chat room? What's up, everyone watching the VODs, even though you can't respond to me? Let's just pretend like you can. You're doing well? Good. It's great. Glad to hear it. Coming up on tonight's episode, we are going to be class highlighting the Holy Paladin for the Warlords expansion. Of course, Will has you covered on all things I don't want to read. Latest news on stuff that's been going on in the old World of Warcraft, and I'm going to mention some stuff about the old Extra Life charity. But first, as always, let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Matt Lowe. Oh, wait. He's not here. But I have a really awesome capture of his face thanks to Katie, so I appreciate that.
Pretty epic.
He looks like he's contemplating life a little bit. Or maybe actually, I kind of feel like, I don't know if you guys can see this face yet, if you guys have watched the stream, if it's loaded up yet, but it almost looks like that face when something really stupid happened, and he's just like, what just happened? Can you see that? It's just like, what? No? I was like, I don't know.
It looks like, oh, I should be paying attention to something. Like, oh, this is coming off of cooldown. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, it looks funny.
We're so mean.
So this is what happens when you're not here for the podcast. We all get to make fun of you, but the irony is you guys can't ever make fun of me because I'm the one that runs the podcast. So that's just the way it works. This works out for me perfectly. This is great. It's good stuff. So we're gonna skip you, Matt. Thanks for nothing.
I hit legendary on Hearthstone this week, and I also got into a world first U.S. guild on World of Warcraft. I now play Horde because Alliance is terrible.
Undead.
Why do I have such a high pitched voice for Matt? Anyways, he doesn't talk like that. Anyways, Katie, what's up, dude?
It's been a busy weekend, full of Grand Canyons that don't exist, and Brawlers Guild grinds, and sea turtles.
The old
and
turtles.
I had the pleasure of running Everbloom with Sam Lore this afternoon.
Nice.
Because
How
I
did
jumped
that
on
go?
that Twitter. It was a lot of fun. It's beautiful in there. The music is great, and we only died once because we all DC'd.
Was he like your tank? Was he tanking or healing? What was?
No,
doing?
he was healing. Actually, it was Disc Priest, and it was going really well. There were some buffs that went through for Disc.
What was his
on beta
name
recently?
on there?
Jeez.
Something Lore.
How do you know it was him then?
Because
Did he come in and announce himself? It's like
No,
he's like,
he-
attention, everybody! Do you know who I am? I am Josh Allen.
and I am Fluffy.
Because if it was me, and of course, first of all, if I was playing anything with Josh Allen, I would die. First of all, he's like my idol, so I'd be like, first of all, I collapse. So when I came to, probably 20 minutes later, and he had already left the group, then I'd just be sad. That would be my experience, I'm sure. I'm assuming he came in and was just like, guys, I work for Blizzard, so let's just hurry this along, okay? Let's try not to make yourselves look dumb. No, I don't want to know your Twitter handle. No, I'm not going to promote your show. Let's just play the game, everybody. I also can't do a very good Lore impression.
No, he's so nice.
No, Lore's cool. Lore's a cool guy.
Yeah, and it was Priest Lore Priest. I think it was Lore Priest. I looked it up and I forgot already.
God, are you stalking him already? That's my job.
Stalker.
That's my job.
Yeah, it was Lore Priest. No, I screen capped because I wanted to remember
Proof.
the tank that we went with. Well, but no, the guy that tanked this for us, he was so awesome. It was like curated tour guide of the Everbloom. Like, hey guys, go do this. Let's go do that. And that having a good tank, man, is like You can't put a price on that.
Nah, man.
Mhm.
That's true. It's true.
Oh, show.
Will, what's been up with you, dude?
I too am doing some Brawlers Guild stuff, trying to get the challenge cards and all that other jazz. And to that end, I'm trying to get the last challenge card, and that one is the one where you have to beat an elite battle pet out in Ice Crown. And I had, the little penguin guy, and I started with like 0 pets a couple weeks ago, so I'm going
Going ham
all the way up, and I'm at level 17 with my pets, so like 8 more to go to beat it.
Yeah.
But,
That's where I
yeah.
am, but I've been stuck at 18 for like a year and a half.
Well, see,
I can't do it.
I logged on one night. It was last night, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go 10 to 20. That's my goal. I even like broadcasted in Real ID, and it was just so long for those first pets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, I was gonna ask you, how long did it take you to fish up the tooth?
Oh, so that was ridiculous. And I found out why. So it was like you go to Wowhead and you look at the comments for the tooth. This is a quest item you can get for Brawlers Guild that lets you do one of the challenge cards.
Right.
It's on the achievement, all that jazz. So I looked up the Wowhead comments, and it's like, oh, just fish in any pool in Pandaria and you're all good. Okay, so I do that. But then some people are like, oh, just go to the daily fishing area, the one where it's like teaming
Ben
with
of the
pools and
Booming
all that.
Voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay,
Fucking
cool. All
name
right,
dropping
just
over
go
here.
do that. Yeah, really.
Ba-boom.
So I do that, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm sitting there, I'm fishing, and I'm done like 400 casts in the area, and there's like no one else there. And I'm like, I spent an entire night, so that was like 3 hours. Then the next day, like, okay, I'm gonna try again, and I end up in Timeless Isle, and the first time I fished in the big pool that spawns, boom, there it is.
Boom.
There's the quest item. So don't even bother trying to fish in little pools. Just wait for the big one to spawn, and you'll get it. That's what I...
Some good
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, I
It's
fished mine out of the
ridiculous.
big pool too, but I went
Yep.
through 2 big pools and like 50 little pools.
Yeah.
But what was really funny is like I count how many casts by how many fish I had in my bags, and I was like 2 stacks of fish through, and I fished up the sea turtle mount.
Oh,
Seriously?
no way.
Yeah, I fished up the sea turtle mount. Like, I've never farmed for that thing ever because I was like, nope, no thank you, not fishing.
Mhm.
And 200 casts later, after the turtle, I get the impeccably sharp tooth. So,
Jeez.
but I got it.
Wow.
The deed
There's
is done.
There are a bunch of people raging now at you. Like, oh my god, I can't believe
Yeah, you always
got
get
it.
what you don't want. So,
Yeah.
But I like turtles, and everybody knows I like turtles, so I'm
This is,
excited to have it. But I was mad at the turtle at the time.
I don't even
You
know.
put it
I don't
last
even know
year.
what to say right now.
Yeah. See,
Like-
Sean's
You've been
on the
farming
Mad
for that
Bro.
for a while, haven't you, Matt? Or not Matt, Sean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking at Matt's face.
Yeah. I know, it's hard to miss.
You can't help.
He's very surprised you also get the sea turtle mount, as you can tell. He's like, what? Are you kidding? I farm. That's kind of what I do. Is I get like a lot of rare stuff in the game. That's kind of like what I do. Like some people do like the Brawlers Guild stuff. Some people do transmog. I do collect rare mounts and rare stuff. So that's the stuff that I do. I still don't have that yet. I also still don't have Time Lost Pro Drake, which is really friggin' irritating. And I swear to God, if one of you guys says, well, I was just flying through, going to freaking Oldor and do my raid and I got it, I'm going to punch you in the throat. Because I'm so sick of those stupid
maybe I'll get it while I'm
douchebags.
doing Argent tournament dailies because I discovered that I'm missing like 2/3 of the mounts out there.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I'm like, see, I'm not gonna grind out mounts. For me, that's stupid. Like I like rare mounts. I like things that, are either very low percentage drop in a raid or whatever. Like the phosphorescent stone drake I got in Deep Home. Like I got that like immediately upon hitting the level cap, and I farmed and I got it. And actually, truth be told, I found 2. In the first one, I actually let my main tank have it. So, and then within 2 days, I found a second one, and I cannot believe it.
Dang.
So I got really fortunate there, and we both got our mounts because he was helping me camp Time Lost. We were at 2 different major spawn points, and since he'd been helping me out so much, I know how boring that is. I was like, dude, you can have it. Like, have the first one, and we'll just keep spawning. We'll keep camping, and maybe, we'll both get them eventually. But I still have Time Lost. Kind of annoying.
Did you get the Altraxian one back in the day?
Mm-hmm. Dude, I mean, I have a lot of... I mean, like, I still don't have, like, little things like Mimron's Head. I don't have that. But that's because I'm too lazy to go to Altuar. I just don't... And I'm always, like... Every time, like, I was playing, like, really heavily, and I was just like, hey, guys, like, let's go through Altuar. Like, I kind of want this Mimron's Head, And they're like...
Yeah, the only time I've gone back to Ulduar is for Herald, which I finally got.
Herald of Titans, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was fun.
That's
Like
good.
that
And then everyone went back, like, back in the day, and they got, like, Starcaller. Because it was, like, a cool name, cool title to have. Now everyone has it, and everyone's like, all right, no one cares anymore. Kind of like Bane, the Bane of the Fallen King. Same thing. Anyways,
I love it when people are like, what's Champion of the Frozen Waste? That's a really awesome title.
it's like, you're an idiot. Don't talk to me. You're not even a Wrath baby. You're like a Canna baby, or
That was
worse.
probably the first one I ever got back in the day.
I don't remember the first. I wonder what the first title I ever had was. Huh. Oh, I think it was Grunt. From the PvP thing. Yeah.
Mine
makes
was
sense.
Leroy because I was still like I never got to max level in Burning Crusade, but my friends did, and they're like, and the 3.0 dropped, and they're like, oh my god, Leroy, and like they're telling me all the stories about it and showing me the video, and they're like, we have to get you the Leroy title, and they dragged me like day 1 3.0 to go get it. So I know for a fact that Leroy was my first title.
Nice.
It's interesting. So, as for me, I can't believe we're almost 14 minutes in. Hey guys, let's just talk about some shit we've been doing.
I thought this was gonna be short.
Yeah, no kidding. I went to Universal Studios, actually. I went on vacation. Actually, after last week's show, I stayed up and then I drove 8 hours down to Florida because I live in North Carolina. And I went to Universal Studios and I checked out all the stuff down there. It was a lot of fun. So that was cool. And that was
Hey, at
it.
least you got to see your stuff. I went to the Grand Canyon and we went to go see the Grand Canyon and didn't get to go because flash floods.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, I actually went to Universal. Yeah, I rode the rides. I didn't buy anything. Like, a lot of people are like, you go to like the Harry Potter stuff, the Diagon Alley and all
You didn't
that,
get 'em
and
all?
Hogsmeade, and no, I didn't buy one. Dude, the wands were $77 a piece.
Oh, jeez.
I believe.
I'm like, no, dude, I'm good with that. And then they had like, you could buy like, the actual like robes and stuff. The robes were 127 something. I mean,
Jeez.
dude, just outrageous price. I mean, but nothing is as bad as the food. You guys ever go to Universal or any type of place like that? You gotta understand that you can take snacks in with you, and you definitely should, because food. I spent probably like in 3 days $500 on food, and I'm not saying it's like this isn't good food either. This is like your mom's like crap that's been sitting in the fridge for like 3 days, and or cafeteria food in high school, and you'll spend like $50 on like 2 meals. It's crazy. So yeah, don't do that. So, getting into the actual show, believe it or not, we actually do things here. One of the first things I'm going to mention is it's that time of year again where, well, of course, they do it all year round, but there's one day that we celebrate the Extra Life charity event. And it's a yearly gaming marathon where participants will gather sponsors or donors willing to donate to the Extra Life. And in return, the participants like us pledge to play 24 hours of video games. Not like that's hard. Anyways. That money goes directly into the Children's Miracle Network and the hospital of the participants' choosing. With this case, with BlizzPro, we're going to be sponsoring the Kansas University Pediatrics Hospital in Kansas City. The reason for that being the guy, JR, that runs the BlizzPro site is from Kansas City. So that's why we'll be sponsoring that, because he does a lot with the community there, getting our name out there even more. Which is really cool. So the money donated helps pay for treatment for the children, the things that they need, as well as helping their families with various trips to the hospital, and tries to make things better for what really isn't the best time. So a lot of people say, that sounds great. How can I be a part of that? You can always sign up on the website, which is extra-life.org, which I'll have Matt put into the video description, and you can start your own fundraising game. October 25th is when all the guys are going to come out and start their marathons. But if you can't do it that weekend, that's fine as well. You can choose to do it any day you want, or you can divide it up into multiple days if you simply just don't have the time commitment to put into 24 straight hours of gaming, which a lot of us don't have that kind of time. You can choose to play any game you want. Doesn't matter if it's console, card games like Hearthstone, tabletop RPGs like my shirt, Dungeons and Dragons, or if you want something like go outside and play some wiffle ball or go punch your sister in the face. As a game, you can certainly do whatever you like, and then you can certainly take that money that you just mutilated your family member's face with and help pay for the treatment. So it's all about doing something we already really enjoy, and it definitely makes a difference in the world around us. So definitely check that out, and we hope to see you either participating or donating, like we'll be doing on October 25th, which is cool.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah. So I know you'll have some time off. So there you go. That's something that needs to be said, and I'll probably keep saying it until October 25th, so get used to it, people. So on to the newsies. Today is the last day you can log on to your Horde character for your Warlord's Death Wheel, the old mount, the old free mount. Remember that thing? What was the Azeroth Crappers or Toiletries, or what was that crappy-ass show called? I'm just kidding, Blizzard. Relax, everyone. It's cool. We get it. It was edgy. It's awesome. Yeah, we're not nerds. Anyways.
You can buy your Alliance one with gold.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, there's that other
You
one.
have expensive mounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Reals.
Oh, do you guys have the yak? I'm a little disappointed in the yak now.
No.
You know.
No yak for me.
Is that the...
Yeah, Reforge is turning into
Reforge?
transmog,
Yeah.
you know, because we all love transmog so much.
Yep. That's going to be interesting. Like, God, get your mount out. I need to transmog my helmet. It's not fair.
Some people
Yeah,
might be so into that.
Oh, I know. You have to look cool, man. You have to look cool.
Hey, getting around is a very important thing. And speaking of which, Ashrun Portal has been bumped for mages from level 90 to 92, and there's a certain ODG that I feel is to blame for that. So, hey guys, Tanan for everyone.
Boo.
I'm pretty sure officially there is no way to get around it now. That was the last shred of hope
Son
for that
of
starting
a
zone.
beach.
But speaking of beta, build 18590 was deployed today, and it's been flagged as a release build, so we're getting closer and closer.
Should be. We've only been in this damn expansion for, like, since I was 12. So that's fine.
Whoa, that's a
Since
long
before
time.
you hit puberty.
Back in my day,
Warcraft made you a man.
I had to blow in my games to get them to work. And half the time it was slobber.
You
Gross.
blow in it, not blow raspberries.
Yeah.
Why do I have the feeling that, like, the Zelda cartridge was your first girlfriend?
Oh.
You practiced your kissing on.
Yeah. Gotta rescue that princess. Get over here. Get over. I love the fact that you have internal memory. Yeah, that turns me on. Yeah, it's like the you're a trendsetter. Yeah.
I'm a little scared right now.
It's scary that I know that.
This is what happened. Matt.
Yeah, Matt would be here right now calming me down, being like, hey, stop being such an idiot. I would look at him and he would give me that look like, you need to be more professional, Sean. Please refrain from being yourself for 30 to 45 minutes every Tuesday night. So if you guys don't know me personally, I'm kind of
Bit of a fireball.
I'm an interesting person, so let's just put it that way. Anyways,
Moving on to interesting stuff.
which is not me.
Not you.
Womp
The
womp.
Brawlers Guild Season 2 will debut soon, so all achievements earned this season, prior to the patch that's coming out in a couple weeks probably, all those achievements will become legacy achievements, so you better get on that. Like
Yes.
we were just talking about in the intro, get those challenge cards, all that stuff.
Unless you don't care, like you're Sean.
Dedicates some time to it, that's for
On.
Sean doesn't care.
On it. And new achievements will, of course, be there for Season 2. And rewards will be earned based on your progression, and you'll be able to get the stuff that you could before. If you had, like, earned level 10 or 9 or whatever, you could get those rewards again, back when the patch and all that drops. And then there'll be some new boss encounters that'll be tuned for level 100. Oh, crap, my camera's dying. Sorry. That was a cat.
Down! He's going down! He's sinking!
Mayday! Mayday!
Help me!
Progression for Brawler's Guild is still 8 tiers, and there'll be some moss removed and added to the challenge card vendor. And all the tiers will have their boss lineups remixed, so Bruce won't always be at the start, and 5 will be later, and all that other jazz. So, but you do have a possibility to get a new follower, which will be Meatball. So you gotta beat Meatball, and you can have him as a follower.
You should have said you have to squish Meatball.
Squish. Oh, good one. Dang. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, you gotta
Totally
squish the Meatball, and then you get him by your side.
Get your bowl of pasta ready.
Get him.
Other seasons that are coming to a close. Arena and Rated Battleground Season 15 will come to an end in as soon as a couple of weeks, which I'm guessing gives us 2 to 3 weeks before 6.0 drops.
Finally.
And I know Will and I are ground beat meatballs, yay! Grinding for Brawlers Guild, but how about
Me?
you? Yeah.
Nope,
what are you
not
grinding
me.
for 6.0?
I went on vacation, so now I'm grinding away at work because now I'm poor. So because now I gotta go to BlizzCon, which is FYI for BlizzCon. Just going a little side note here. I haven't bought my plane ticket yet, so shit.
Ooh.
And I probably won't be able to get to it for at least another couple weeks. So I'm gonna be paying at least $500 most likely for my ticket. So that sucks.
Yikes.
That's why I'm working like so much. Dude, in 3 days I've worked like 38 hours in 3 days. It's like,
Hey, I hear you can go donate plasma. That'll fund your plane ticket, right?
yeah, no.
Literally selling life and limb.
Yeah, like just go to BlizzCon again. No, I'm good with that. But I'll get there. It's just gonna take some time. But yeah, I don't know. I told you, for me personally, no WoW, a lot of D3. This is my time. This is the time I get to play other games. I feel like, in my opinion, like if it's the middle of rating or it's the middle of progression, like I don't have time to do this other stuff I want to do. So I take this time and put it towards other Blizzard games so I can enjoy the variety. This variety is the spice of life, people. Okay? I know this is a Warcraft podcast, but there are other good games out there.
Seasonal tune.
My seasonal tune's like Paragon, like 230 something right now.
Yeah, I made one, and that was as far as I got because I made it like right before the servers went down for maintenance.
It's like you made it and
What's
then you
the
just
max?
I made
The
it
max
and then had
Paragon?
to log off.
Yeah, what's
there
max
is no
Paragon?
max Paragon, I don't think.
I thought someone got to like 999.
No,
or
there's some
something
dude I was
else.
watching on Twitch that was like over 1,000.
Wow.
Jeez.
Demon Hunter, yeah. It was like 1,052 or something like that. I'm like, bro, wow, like, wow. Anyways,
That's like worse than the slash played, because at least you can lie to yourself and be like, oh yeah, I have some on another tune. This isn't
Or you can
my
say
main.
that like AFK'd half of it and be like, yeah, I was
Yeah.
just sitting in Dalaran doing
Yeah,
nothing.
no, Paragons, we know exactly what you were doing the whole time. Oh, new features, speaking of seasons, for...
it's like, oh yeah, stuff
yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
do.
I don't know, that potatoes.
This is a silly show.
Things that go away sometimes, or you have to say goodbye to. Deleted characters.
Cats.
I know you guys, I don't know if I have maybe deleted a character here and there, but if you suddenly get struck with regret, there is hope for your long lost friend. Characters under level 10 and Death Knights at level 55 are not eligible to be undeleted, which I think you can probably sacrifice the 5 minutes it takes to get there and, repeat the experience. It won't kill you, I promise. Characters between level 10 and 29 will no longer be recoverable after 90 days. Characters between 30 and 49, you have a 120-day window. That's, I think, 4 months. I'm sure you can wrangle up your regret by then, right?
That's a
And
long time.
all other characters level 50 and above are eligible to be undeleted at any time. So 6 years from now, you can get them back. You can get old Valise 2.0.
Yeah.
At least 2.0.
My first name in the game was actually Strider, and that's from Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
Yeah, and then it
My
switched to Laurel, and then it switched to Valise.
KT was the first one. Like, I spent a weekend working on her, but like the first I want to log into the game was a undead rogue named Cadaver.
We always had like really stupid ass names back in the day. You remember that? Like everyone's
Oh,
name,
I
they tried to
totally-
be all cool. Look at like me. I was like, my name's Strider. Yeah, I'm leveling holy paladin in vanilla, cause I'm a stupid douche.
I had Steve, like with an H. Steve with an H. Yeah, totally lame.
I wonder if we ever like played with each other and didn't even know.
Probably. You're like, wow, that was that totally lame name guy.
Yeah, I know. I would be that guy, being like, look at this fucking idiot. Ah!
Hey, it's possible.
It
Or
sucks.
at least on my server, because I know Draenor's been around for ages.
But it's cool that, I mean, this is a feature that should have been into, the game a long time ago, where, vengeful exes go into your account and delete all your stuff. And you're like, oh yeah? I don't care, because I can get it back. Blizzard's got my back. They won't let me down.
You can get one back every 30 days.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be,
So it puts a bit of a break on the vengeful.
it's like a 30-day cooldown.
Yep.
30-day cooldown.
It's a long
Speaking of
GCD.
things removed or remained, all that kind of stuff. The I don't know if you've gotten the keys to the Palace of Le Shen,
Yeah.
which is that Thunder treasure room, or the treasure room on Isle of Thunder, doing that little fun scenario. Which I've heard they're gonna do a bunch more things
Small
like that.
stuff,
They
yeah.
liked it. They liked how that turned out. So, but anyway, you can't get any more keys for that after 6.0 drops. You'll still have your existing keys, and you can go run that little scenario. And but the corresponding achievements and such will be removed from the meta achievement for Isle of Thunder. So did you guys finish all that stuff?
I didn't finish all of
cranked
it.
that out one day.
The only one I'm missing is ready for raiding.
Oh yeah.
For
Yay.
Stormbreaker. But yeah, I spent
need-
a weekend and like farmed keys for several weeks and cranked out that 10 treasure.
I did most of it on my rogue, but then when I switched over to my alliance character on my warlock where I was PvPing, I did a lot of the intro, like I did all the snares to get into it, and then I would just do it all for honor. I was downing all the bosses on there for extra honor, for capping and quests dailies. So that's what I was doing on there because I was just like, oh, no, I feel like playing alliance and I'm gonna PvP because I'm sick of playing horde and PvEing for the rest of my life. And already within like 2 months, I was like, nope, I'm going back to horde. This sucks.
Yes. Wait, we've got an all horde show today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how bad the
Ooh,
alliance is.
Lord.
I think every like 2 minutes we should just sneak in somehow. Alliance is terrible. So in some way,
Yep.
that would be fun. What do you think, Matt? Oh, good. That's excellent. That is just wonderful. I totally agree. Alliance could be better because they're pretty bad. Yes. Oh, you look to be aghast. Is there something wrong? Oh, you're fine. He's fine. Look at him. He's good.
Better luck next time. buddy.
Yeah. I feel so terrible. I'm just gonna he's gonna quit the show. I hope you guys enjoyed Matt on the last show because now he's going to watch this show and decide to never do this again.
That'll teach you.
That will teach you to not be here. Force you to quit. So there you go.
Along with that line of things that are going away, and I know this one hits me because I have a lot of alchemists, but alchemy and tailors are affected in a very, very sad way for warlords, and that goes to profession specializations. If you're not sure what we mean by that, that's potions master, flask master, transmute master, your chance to proc additional flask potions and transmutes won't be in effect for warlords. So classic, i.e. anything prior to warlords, will still have the proc ability, but you won't see it with the expansion. And the same goes for cloth drop bonuses for tailors.
That's annoying.
I'm a little miffed, but at least that solved the question of what professions do I put on my alt, because it's not going to be a second alchemist. There's no point.
That's really annoying. Yeah, that's just what's the point of that? What are they hoping to get out of that?
Well, is this anything to do with the garrisons and such? Maybe like they don't want to have a cloth specialist, whatever, for your garrison building. I don't know.
I'm guessing it's something that wouldn't be easily implemented without breaking garrison buildings. So, because you're going to be crafting with someone else instead of doing your own crafting much of the time, you know, with the exception of the level 3, you have to have this profession sort of thing. So it makes sense, but it's just kind of one of those like, ugh, things.
Garrison, the WoW killer.
It's the daily quests of 6.0.
Yay.
Oh.
I don't know. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like
I
overall, I'm
garrisons.
really excited for the garrisons. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I do.
some of the I appreciate and also hate some of the changes to professions. So
Well, it took him long enough. There better be something good out of this. I want to get the Hulkster in my garrison.
Oh, I was so upset when they took him out of the beta.
Yeah.
I was like, take a look at this. This is so cool.
It's Hulk
the
Hogan.
Rollster.
Yay.
the roles.
Yay.
I
Oh.
think he's there every time though. Like I know for a fact he was there for Kata, and I don't know, Miss was a blur.
I want him in my garrison though. That's what I want. That's what I want. So, now that is done, we can talk about Holy Paladins, and by we, I mean Will. And this time we actually have a little bit more time. Normally I'm like, dude, you got like 2 minutes, so hurry up.
Yeah, thanks.
This time you have like 8 minutes, so you can go a little slower.
Awesome. Awesome. I will speak clearly and into the microphone.
You will speak clearly now that Matt is gone.
Good one.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
Yes.
So,
Young people
healing.
don't know what that is.
No. Healing. I will try to glaze through that. Healing. We're going to talk not only just Holy Paladins, but sort of the healing changes that are in Warlords of Draenor. So hopefully Matt and Sam both pop in on this. But
Matt's not here, but he will pretend.
Josh, I keep calling. Well, she did it too. She
I know.
called you.
Don't worry, I'm not important, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I can change your faces too. Just remember that.
Oh.
So. Oh, yeah, sad
Yeah,
face.
like today's tweet for the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That needs to be posted in chat room at least.
Oh yeah.
All right. Healers. So, 2 basic things to know about healers in Warlords. If you haven't read lots of things yet, we're going to inform you. So, first off, they're going to reduce the number of instant cast heals that people have. And then secondly, they want you to make good choices. Make good choices, Sean. Make those
I'm
good
trying.
choices
Trying.
on which spells to cast, because they've been retuned quite a bit, and it's this is all going to be within reference of Holy Paladins, what they have. So we'll go through like the toolkit for Holy Paladins a little bit, and you'll get an idea of what's happening to healers in general. So first off, my cat just jumped up here. My mouse off.
First off, I'm going to murder my cat, and then we're going to talk about paladins.
Yes. So the instant casts are gone. So in a Holy Paladin in 6.0, you only have a single instant cast spell. That's Holy Shock, and that really doesn't hit that hard. But everything else, Light of Dawn, Word of Glory, Eternal Flame, everything else has a cast time. So you're sitting there going, Word of Glory, 1.5 second cast bar. Yep. That's there. That's big deal here. And this is happening across the board for all of the healers. Everything's going to be there. And that's a really big change for Paladins, at least from what I've played so far as a Holy Paladin, because I've raided with them a bit this tier, a bunch last tier.
Un bit.
And usually you're like, okay, I got 5 holy power or something, and we need to move for some big mechanic, and okay, I can do like a Word of Glory, and then Holy Shock, and then Light of Dawn, and that's like 5-6 seconds of you moving and having a bunch of instant cast spells. Now you only have 1 that you can instant cast. Everything else is cast time, so you have to like stop, cast. Oh, I just died to that thing. So I don't know. What do you think about the whole instant cast thing? That's really big. It's really harsh.
Do you want to tackle that first, Katie? She's like, I play a mage, guys. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I don't know.
What the hell is Word of Glory?
I actually have a Holy Paladin. I used to raid on her, but I haven't
that's
since
cute.
Cataclysm because I didn't want to be a flashlight paladin.
Flashlight.
Flashlight paladin. But I don't know. It's kind of like on my mage. I guess I'm used to not having a lot of instant casts, so having them go away is something I'm kind of used to already. But it's still weird just seeing how much the healing is slowing down, and I really hope it doesn't turn into the travesty that is trying to heal through Cataclysm, because it's still bad. Like, they never went back and fixed that. If you take an alt with BOAs at level 80 through an instance, you are drinking every other mob.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll get to the Cataclysm model soon.
Oh, yeah.
We will have that.
Well, see,
Sean, what's your deal?
Well, for me, I think a lot of it is Blizzard knows better than to, because I want to actually take the opposite scope on this and say, okay, well, the encounters, especially in PvE side, will be designed around that mechanic. Now, there is that raid-wide cooldown, which will make all of your spells insta-cast for a short time. And there's other types of things where we can make it so the cast is a little bit faster. But this reminds me a lot of, because since, again, I leveled in vanilla as a Holy Paladin, it was very similar to that too, where you have your certain, I remember it was like Holy Light 1, Holy Light 2, Holy Light 3, then you had like Flash of Light 1, Flash of Light 2, and those would eat up your mana like really fast, at least especially Flash of Light, because it was so quick. So I kind of remember a lot of what it's like to have a lot of cast times, because then I stopped playing my Paladin more and more. I switched to DPS, so I didn't get the luxury of having as many insta-casts as they're used to now. So I can tell you from my experience when I played my Paladin, and this was all the way up and through BC, that it wasn't so bad. It wasn't as bad as I think people are going to think it's going to be, but it's definitely going to change the way you play. You'll find now that good healers are bad and great healers stay great because they adapt well, versus people that are just kind of like you throw into the role. Like, this is the time where a lot of people are transitioning, or maybe people want to play a different class or whatever for the upcoming expansion. And your raid leaders are thinking, oh, yeah, let's switch to the Paladin. He's play a little Paladin, be fine. It's like, nah, dude. Nah. If you're just a bad healer, you're going to be terrible. So that's something else to keep in mind. But I think that Blizzard has a good hold of the mechanics of fights, and it should be good. It's just going to be different. It's just going to be different. That's all. It's just going to be different.
Yeah, and I mean, that whole Cataclysm stuff is coming up too, because they use the magical word triage again.
Yeah.
That whole approach, and that was where you didn't have enough mana, and you were all like, oh, everyone's dying and I can't heal them. Screw this, I'm not going to be a healer anymore, and that killed a lot of people playing healer in Cataclysm.
Mm-hmm.
But they said they fixed that this time. I don't know. We'll see. But like, you have to make that intelligent choice about, do I use my high throughput or high cost stuff? Do I use the low mana efficient stuff? Back and forth, and like, even with Holy Paladins, like, they listed out the 4 spells. So you got Holy Light, which actually replaces Divine Light, minor thing there, but that's like single target. Or you could do Flash of Light, which is your mana inefficient thing to do, all single target. And then you have the corresponding things for AoE, and you just sort of have to, are you going to decide, am I going to do a Flash of Light here? Am I going to do Holy Light? All that kind of jazz. And I don't know. I hope that it comes out right in terms of the tuning. I would love to be able to say, oh yeah, you can have people sitting there at 70% health and there's no problems. But it almost feels like that's just too... It could be too slow, or just like, you just chose the wrong spell, you're screwed for the next 5 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever. I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see. As long as like the mana thing isn't an issue, I don't feel like the slowing down of healing in general will be that bad. Not to mention, coming off of Wrath of the Lich King, like, I was doing heroic ICC on my Paladin, and I was a haste cap Flash of Light pally. Like, that was what I did. I judged light and Flash of Light, and I had mana for days. And then running into Cataclysm and casting Flash of Light once and being completely out of mana.
Yeah, you can cast a light, 3 times total, I think, like in good gear. Like
something like
high-end rating gear, yeah.
But yeah, and then coming out of Mist, it's not that same environment. Like, healing is different from then. Like, it's still
Exactly.
LOL all the heals all the time everywhere, but it's not.
That's because of the smart heals, though. And that's something that Blizzard's trying to get away from, because that's the point. Like, they overcompensated. Like, in Cataclysm, they were like, oh, healing's too hard, and this sucks, and you're supposed to make the game easier because all the good players have left the game, so we're stuck with all these morons that don't know what they're doing. So Blizzard's like, okay, guys, we're going to activate smart healing, so all you got to do is press a button, and the game, through its coding, will figure out who needs the heal as a priority, who's lowest, on health, and we'll give them the most heal. And now players have kind of taken they've been spoiled by that fact. So now they're going back to guess what? We're actually going to make you make a decision now. Like, welcome to actual healing in a healer tank DPS game.
Yep.
Hello. This is kind of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, the smart heals is just huge. I mean,
Yeah.
all of that is gone. And like even some of the smart heals, I guess some of what they said in terms of tuning down smart heals is there may be some still left, but it's not going to be intelligent enough to be like, okay, you've
Set
got
it and forget it.
Right.
you got 3 people who are hurt, and there's like 5 other people in your raid. You might cast it on one of them that is like hurt, but the smart heal is not going to be smart enough to go, oh, I'll heal the other 2 people who are hurt. No, the smart heal might just go, I just healed all the rest of the people who are at 100% health. GG.
Or your pet.
Or your pet. Well, no, they did say they wouldn't do that.
But they also said that they were going to make
pets are important.
the smart healing spells cost more as well.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. It's like, not only is it's kind of high risk, low reward, I think. And so it's almost like they're just I don't know why they just don't get rid of it altogether. It sounds like they're just trying to. They're just easing us into it. They're just like, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Yeah. But that's about it for the Holy Paladins. I'm going to give Matt the write-up on sort of the talents for Holy Paladins, because they're different from the ones from Retribution that we talked about last week. But and they're pretty interesting, pretty fun little talents. But that's about it for Holy Paladins and our healing discussion. So I seen some comments in our chat room about about health pots. Health pots are for real, yo. Rest in peace, Warlock cookies. So, yeah.
Warlocks are useless.
I think that's a good move, though, because I don't know about you guys, but when we didn't have Warlocks, there are moments where I probably could have saved... I feel that I could have saved myself had I had that Lock Rock, but all of my other defensives were on cooldown, and, I ate the floor. So...
And you didn't want to use your potion cooldown to burn a health potion instead of a DPS potion.
Yeah, it was all about the DPS. You had pre-pot. I mean, that was big in heroics, pre-potting, and then actually using your pot when you're supposed to, depending on fight mechanics. Whether you get some kind of DPS buff, or if you whatever, and then so many different situations.
Or if it was already on cooldown. And it's nice that the healing potion and the Lock Rock is on a separate cooldown from your actual DPS potion, so you don't have to make that judgment call.
Yeah, because it was like 120 seconds, right? Something like that?
No, it's 60.
60.
It's 60.
It's 60. Wasn't it longer before?
I think that's when you could pop more than once during a fight.
Right.
But that was years ago.
Yeah, that was in like...
Burning Crusade.
Yeah, that was like Burning Crusade, yeah. That was a long time ago.
So you could pre-pot, and then it would reset as soon as you got into combat, and then it would come up every couple of minutes. Yeah. And they removed it so that you get 1 in combat and 1 out if you're...
Back in my day, we could pot multiple times because the encounters were so hard. You youngins don't even know what an encounter is. Blizzard walks you through it.
You mean you weren't 20 people carrying 20 more slots of dead space?
Yeah, it's like, so you weren't one of 40 that was actually at the computer waiting for the other 15 that weren't, so then you had to pee, and then they were waiting for you, and then everyone got disconnected, and then it took an hour to get back to the queue to get into the raid, which then you were actually dead somehow. Then you had to run 20 minutes back to the instance just to realize that the mobs had respawned, and half your raid is now stuck between the mobs and where the rest of the raid team is. So.
But that's what the out-of-combat reser was for.
Yeah, well, that never worked that well. Because then they run out of mana. Remember when this game was good with all those problems? Yeah, me too. I remember that.
Rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's like, yeah,
Did you guys see the rose tinted glasses that somebody made and posted all over all of the internet?
that's a big area to cover.
I don't know. It made its rounds. Like I saw it on Twitter, and then actually I saw it on Tumblr first, and then like 2 weeks later it showed up on Twitter,
Really,
and then 2 weeks later it showed up on Facebook. So I know it made the rounds.
that has been going everywhere. You know, it's really weird. Normally by now I'd have to be like, hey guys, like we gotta hurry up and end this stuff. But Matt's not here. Matt always has raid. Now I can just take my time. Unless you guys are busy.
Tell us how you really feel.
It's just funny. It's just weird. Normally I'm like, oh guys, we gotta go. I'm like, no, we don't. This is weird. It's a weird feeling right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know, because now I'm not rushed. I'm not really rushed, but I'm like normally under some kind of a timetable, you know, which makes sense. It's a show. Should have you under timetable. But I guess we'll do some shout outs. Who wants to go first? You guys want to fight out to death? Want to rock paper scissors or something?
Rochambeau.
How do we do it?
You gotta do it in front of the camera. It's 1, 2, 3, then
Yeah.
shoot.
Alright.
Not 1, 2, 3, then do it, and then one person goes on shoot. That's
Trying to
stupid.
get it.
I don't know. Okay, ready?
All right.
1,
1,
2, 3. Bad at this.
Yo, he takes Rochambeau for reals.
Hey, that fight was entertaining. I didn't realize that it was a hand.
What do you think it was?
I expected it to be a panda. I don't know why. Because I don't know. When I grew up, we did not call rock paper scissors Rochambeau. Rochambeau was like life and death sometimes.
Did you do the fight that I know I'm deviating completely? Sorry, Sean. You did the fight with the punch out, the where you had to dodge left and right and backwards or something?
Yeah.
It's like the old Nintendo game.
Yeah.
There's a Brawlers Guild fight that's that.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
That is a lot of fun. Who won that anyways? I wasn't even paying attention.
No one. We tied.
Okay, well then Katie's going first.
There we go. Ladies first. Done.
That's how I'm
Okay.
doing it. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my boyfriend because it's been 4 years today that we've been together.
Yay.
And it's extra special because we met in Looking for Dungeon in World of Warcraft.
See, all you nerds out there, better be
Yep.
getting in those random
the dream.
cues, and then somehow striking up a conversation with someone you don't know, which hopefully is of the female gender, which
Yes.
hopefully
Well,
lives near
yeah,
you and
it's
is
a
hopefully
combination
single.
Of us both being complete and utter jackasses, and yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, just stay out of there because it's kind of a long shot now. I kind of did all the math in my head. So you have
But half of the gaming world is girls, or more than half, or something like that.
There's hope.
There's hope for you, and
Hope
you,
out there.
and everyone else.
Yeah.
But you will.
A shout out to Matt's face.
Yep, Matt's face. That's always good.
So that's a good one because he usually doesn't shout to anyone. So I'm going to shout to him. There we go.
Yay
No.
for Matt's
Those
face.
guilties.
And Matt's guildies. They always come in and make fun of Matt. I like that. Makes me feel good. I'm gonna give a big shout to Twiz and Stutter for because why not? They work for BlizzPro, just like us, grinding away at the old podcasting and stuff. Also Westmark's Workshop and Nine Ball and Archon. Both of those shows you should definitely check out if you like Diablo or Hearthstone, which obviously you do because you're a Warcraft fan, which means you're a smart person. So you like good games. If you are interested in watching the Hearthstone Pava Hour, it goes live Mondays, 9 p.m. Central, over at twitch.tv/Twizcast. If you guys remember Twizcast, remember that show? Talk show? Twizcast? 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 Twizcast?
Yes, please.
I just want to say how many times I can say it before someone actually interrupted me.
Bueller.
He just followed me. on Twitter,
Bueller.
so.
Yay!
And then of course Westmark Workshop is over on Archon's channel, and they go live Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central on twitch.tv/ArchonZWizard. So there you go. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Next week we will be covering something different for our class highlight, probably tanking Paladins, I would imagine, since we haven't covered that yet, and that's pretty basic, so not a lot that's going on there. 6.0.2 will be coming out very shortly, and once Warlord starts ramping up, we will have so much stuff to talk about. We may be streaming some raids, you know, doing a little extra stuff on the side, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, don't forget about the Extra Life charity for BlizzPro, so you can check it out at extra-life.org, or you can direct, to us for BlizzPro is extralife.blizzpro.com, and you'll see that JR has put up an article over there about that. And that's it. But thanks for all the giggles. Matt, thanks for the face, buddy. I like it. Makes me happy. You're looking good, Matt. All right. Let's get out of here. Until next week, guys. Peace.